talk about once. I'm going to tell one story. Probably you have heard of this story. A trader, a small trader, he has a trade of salt. Probably I told you this story, Sadman. Do you remember this story? That a man has a business with salt, and he has an ass. You know ass. Mule is different. When a horse and when there is a child of a horse and an ass, a horse and an ass, the child is mule in Bangla culture. Right? Culture is neither an ass nor a horse. So this story is about a trader, small trader who makes business with salt. Right? He has an ass. So he goes to different markets with a sack of salt. Have you heard this story? No. So one day they were going to a market, and on the way there was a stream, rivulet, a small rivulet or a stream. Sometimes you see in different places that a narrow passage, water is flowing, right? So the ass needs to cross it, and it has a heavy sack of salt. So in the middle what has happened is that the ass has stumbled down, that is went underwater, and what happens if salt is underwater? It will melt, right? The same thing has happened. The ass stumbled down, dived deep underwater, and when it went up, there was no bar. The ash was free from bar, and the salt has been melted. Mixed with water, melted away. And now, what are they going now? Are they going to the market now? They aren't going. There's no use. When they don't have salt, what will they do? They can't sell anything, because they don't have any goods to sell. Good is good, but goods means products. So he has no products to sell. He has no goods to sell. So they were returning. And what has happened to the ass? The ass was free from the load. So was the ass happy? The ass was happy because they were returning. The ass doesn't understand whether the man will lose something, will lose money. What happens to the master doesn't matter. What matters is he's free from the bar. So on the way back home, the ass is planning, this was a nice accident. I will have the similar accidents every time I'm crossing a river. Right? So the next day, the seller doesn't understand it. He again loaded the ass with a sack of salt, and they were going to the same market, and the river has come, and the ass is now crossing it, and that is the previous plan that he will deep dive so that the salt is once again melted away. So in the middle, willingly, this time the ass willingly tumbled down, and all the salt melted. So now the ass is happy again. They're returning home, and this time the man understood that something is there. Maybe the first day it was fine, but in the second day it's absolutely because of the ass. The ass has a plan to sabotage, to damage some plan. So the plan to destroy the business is a kind of sabotage. Sometimes it happens in political cases. Suppose a ceremony is going on, some political occasion is going on, then what happens? Some other party does something so that the meeting is cancelled, things are all cancelled. So this is sabotage, right? So this time the master has a plan that tomorrow I will give you a good lesson. Let me teach you a good lesson. So in Bangla what do you say? Gugu tumi barbar kheye jao bhan, right? So the third time, is he packed a sack of salt again, or has he packed something else?
Yes.
What may be the thing?
Rocks.
Rocks. What is it? He has loaded with a sack of wool. When it goes underwater, the wool will soak a lot of water and it will be even much heavier. So this time he has not loaded the ass with a sack of salt, but with a sack of wool. So this time, once again, the ass willingly has tumbled down. And it goes underwater, and all water soaked the wool, and it gets many times heavier. And now the ass is in much trouble. Oh, the load was not so heavy, but now the load is too heavy. So this is how the master has shown the lesson, given the ass a very important lesson. It means you cannot cheat. If you cheat, you can survive. You can avoid one time, 2 times, but you cannot avoid a number of times. You will be put in trouble. So doing your work is important. Performing your duty is more important. Right. Okay, so you have duties for the country, right? If you do something for the country, it means you are a good citizen. Bangladesh needs it. So how can you serve the country? You wanted to be an engineer, and if you become an engineer, it needs to serve the society, the country. You may be an architect. You know architecture? If you are an architect, you can make high-rise buildings. Right? Do you know dynamite?
Yes.
So dynamite was invented by Alfred Nobel. And why did he invent it?
He invented for his.
He wanted to destroy unnecessary buildings. Suppose when, you know the Ranks Plaza, have you heard this?
Yes.
The building was broken because of the law, High Court or Supreme Court decision. So a lot of people were working there to demolish the building. So what happened? Do you know a lot of workers were killed? Walls dropped on them, the roof dropped on them, and many of them were sleeping and they were killed. And it took so long time. And to break that building, you know, 10 million taka was spent. 10 million taka means 1 crore, ek koti. So much money is necessary, so many people are necessary, and it takes so long time. So in every way it is not good. But if you have a dynamite, it can in a second demolish the building. So because of helping the society, the world, Alfred Nobel invented this thing, this destructive explosive. Right? Dynamite is an explosive. It can explode and destroy a lot. But the thing is that to demolish a building, dynamite is not used. But to kill people, this is used. This is terrible, right? So there is a purpose of an invention. So you are an architect, you have to build houses for better things. But if you demolish the slums, you know slums, shanti means slum, bosti. So some shantis, some slums are destroyed to construct some high-rise buildings. Even the ponds are filled up, and this is not good for the society, right? This destroys the ecological balance. You know ecological balance? Suppose you have killed all the tigers, what will happen?
There will be no ecological balance.
Ecological balance will be disturbed. And what do you think? Is a tiger an enemy to the deer, or and a tiger is a friend to the deer? What do you think? An enemy. So a tiger kills deer.
If tigers are destroyed, the number of deer will be less.
The number of deer that will raise. That's we say that if the tigers are killed, then the deer will not be killed. Then there will be many more deer.
But
Right.
if the deer rise, they will eat all of the grasses.
They will eat grass. But the thing is that basically a tiger is a friend to the deer. This is paradox. You know, something is opposite, but it is not opposite. This is paradox. Suppose your friend helps you, but he disturbs you. The result is negative. So you do something, the result is negative. It means it is paradox. It is opposite. So a tiger is really a friend to deer. Why? If there are no tigers, what will happen? People will go to the Sundarbans and catch and kill all the deer. So a few deer are killed by tigers, but if there are no tigers, no lions, no hyenas, no ferocious animals in the Sundarbans, people from all over Bangladesh will go and kill overnight all the deer. So you understand, people are dominating animals, but if you do not have people here, then the animals will fight themselves. So it is better that human beings are taken care of. Human beings are killing animals, but they are actually helping. So tigers are killing deer, but in other way, tigers are helping. As there are tigers, some deer are killed, but people cannot go. People are afraid. People cannot go there. So that's ecological balance. You need snakes. You need different crops are very necessary. As you are studying science now, you sometimes have insect, right? You have to sect the parts, the crops into parts. Okay. So what do you understand? Basically, a tiger is a friend to the deer. It is a paradox. The deer understand tigers are their enemy, but these enemies are necessary for their survival. The same way, animals are disturbed by human beings, but human beings are organized things. You have chicken, what do? You give food, later you kill and eat them. But if you do not take care of them, they will not get food and they will be killed by other animals. Dogs will kill them, the cats will even kill. You know, a snake kills crops. Crops kill other insects. So this is a circle. This is a circle. It maintains the ecological balance. Right? So when you are doing something, you have to understand that you are doing something good, but is it really good all the time? Right? Suppose you have gone to a dentist. Right? What happens? When the dentist takes care of your teeth, your eyes may be affected. So the dentist should follow techniques so that your eyes are not affected. So you have toothache, you have it uprooted by a dentist, but it damages your ears, your eyes. Right? So different ways to it. Alright, so do you have any picnic in your school?
No, I
Don't you go to picnic?
don't. No, my school doesn't.
They don't arrange any picnic?
They will arrange in class 10.
In class 10, oh. So a picnic is arranged only for class 10 students. That's every year.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that's so sense. So what about your school?
Yes, they arrange picnic for classes every year.
Every year. So every class students goes. Okay, no problem.
But they have part in pre-primary, one day, 1
Oh,
to 5 primary.
1 to
another
5
day,
may
6
go
to-
one day. Okay.
6 to 10 higher class.
Okay. So maybe there are 3 picnic parties. So on 3 different dates. But as your school is governmental, they usually have one schedule. So you have never been to picnic from your school? You haven't been to?
I have an excursion from my school.
Okay. Okay, it was an excursion. So how long was it there?
It was, I didn't remember, but it was 2 to 4 hours.
2 to 4 hours. Oh, but excursion usually takes longer. Even some parties go for more than one day, maybe 3 days, maybe a week. Doesn't much matter if you go for. Yeah, you are young, so they have arranged for one day only. Okay, all right. So do you ever miss it? Do you always think that why school doesn't arrange picnic? Do you miss it?
Not much.
You don't miss it. You don't want to go that much. Don't you want to be with a lot of boys together? Maybe going to a picnic gets a lot of opportunities to enjoy. Friendship also develops. A lot of other skills also develop. You can develop your personal communication skill. You have to have personal communicative skill. When you meet with a lot of people, then you can get a lot of things. You can learn from them. You can have entertainment like that. So don't you have any debate or any competition, nothing in school?
Our school arranged, but I didn't
You
participate.
did not participate. It's centrally arranged. Suppose there's an announcement that
Yes.
on this day, by this day, registration will be completed like this. So you have not done it. Okay. Any
Tomorrow
other?
is the debate competition in the school.
Very soon it's going to be arranged. So this time you have planned.
No, I didn't participate.
Okay, if you come to language center, if you come to me, I'll sometimes do it. I was a part-time movie come debate teacher somewhere. I used to go long ago. The young boys and girls were improving their skills on debate competition, and I also made them watch some movies. It was officially done. I was working somewhere else, but the principal of that school was a lady, and she was known to my relatives. So she gave me this opportunity. I was there for some months. So I may also help you debate how to prepare for it. So what about your school? Any debate competition?
Yes, they were doing so.
Yeah, so you not participated. So that's always in Bangla. Is there any English debate competition in school? No. So what about English? So if you have a debate, it must be in English. So in your school, you always try to have programs in English. Suppose a program is going on and there's an announcement, there's an announcer, there's a presenter. So how does the presenter present? Is it in Bangla or in English?
Some program are like no.
Okay, some programs
6 months or
ahead.
50 daily vendors here.
Oh,
It will be in Bangla.
Okay. Okay, so if you say that if the program is on 21st of February, then the program is in Bangla. I remember I was working at Northern University. There was a program on 21st of February. As it was the Bangla language day, the program was in Bangla. So that was the first time I presented the program in Bangla. There the chief guest was Rahat Khan. You have heard of Rahat Khan is the editor of the daily Ittefaq, Doinik Ittefaq. He was invited there. But in all other programs, I presented in English. One interesting thing has happened. You have gone to press club. Yes, press club. So there was a program of Northern University, right? And the chief guest was, at that time, Jamilpur Sarkar was the acting president. He was the speaker of the parliament, right? And he was the chief guest. The program was supposed to schedule to start at 7 o'clock, and I reached there kind of at 6:40. So I was 20 minutes ahead. I was in good time. I had no fault. But something happened with the speaker. His program cancelled. The program before that program was cancelled. So he reached there a little earlier than 6:30, and from the university he kept calling me. I was riding my motorcycle and I was there at 6:40. So I was not at home as the speaker came minutes before. So he winked at me, I started. It was a very nice program. You know, at the time the speaker was the most important person. Right. So do you want to be a presenter, news presenter, any hobby, anything like that? Anything you want to do very good in debate, maybe you want to do in presentation, newscasting like that, then let me know, I'll tell you, I'll prepare you for this. So what kind of things do you want? Don't you have an
I never think of it.
You had a thought. So Sadman, have you thought like this, that you want to be present, I want to present news or a public
At first
speaker?
I present
I
some
want to be
English.
a public speaker.
English.
So first you
Presentation.
want to improve your English.
No, I presented some English essays in my coaching.
Oh,
Yes.
so some essays were administered, some essays were assigned, and you presented essays. So there was a competition, writing competition like that,
Speaking.
speaking competition. So what did you do? You presented some topic, some other students presented other topics.
No, because we presented same topic.
Same topic, or one topic was given, you prepared at home, you practiced at home, and you presented it, and some other friends also did. In your inter school, or
It was my coaching for practice.
oh, it was in your coaching. So yeah, that can be a nice thing. So have you done anything like this, Salman?
Once I debated in class 3.
You participated in the competition. That was in class 3. So do you remember the results? Were the results in favor of you or against you?
Against
Okay, so the opposition or the supporting.
the result goes to somebody.
Okay. So in Bangladesh, who is the opposition? Do you know? The leader of opposition in Bangladesh parliament. That's rare. So this is also, there are previous ways to have debate. Now this is parliamentary debate. So in a parliament there must be the supporting team, the prime minister, and there will be the other opponent. There will be the leader of the opposition. Do you know H.M. Escher? He first said that he would be in the supporting team, in the prime minister's side. But later he changed it and he changed his decision. Yes, you have seen this, right? And he wanted to become the leader of the opposition, and he was sworn in as the opposition leader. So previously, who was the opposition leader? Khaleda Zia was the opposition leader. But now, Escher. Because you have to have two parties, supporting team and the opposition. Right? So the same thing is a kind of demo that is presented by the debaters.